How do they go from being tournament spoilers to actually being a threat within a World Cup?
Look, they're well led. Scott Edwards, he epitomizes their spirit. He's a busy player. He's very numbers oriented and driven, married with instinct as well. So I think whatever lead they take, they will take from Scott. He is a leader in every sense of the word. They've got a couple of guys who come out of New Zealand that will be playing for them as well. So again, I don't think it's a function of their fielding, which is generally excellent, and their bowling, which is very workmanlike. It's how they put runs on the board with a number of guys. So I think they've got an ethos, and I like their ethos. I've said it before. If other teams in the world game were to take their template and work with it to get more out of themselves, I think they'll be good.
And I think the other thing too is, with what Bish just said then, they had a tour of Bangladesh. Now, they lost 3-0 there, but it's a tour in the subcontinent. So I hazard a guess that even though they've lost it, they would have galvanised and worked out so many different things in terms of the preparation for the T20 World Cup here. Sometimes you can look at results and just go, oh, well, they're not going to do it any well at all. But when you've got a mindset behind it all that's really switched on and wanting to create a style of play that isn't just boring and not just winning a game or the magical game, but being more consistent across the board, I think that there would have been a lot of work going into that to try and figure out how they can shift that dynamic.
Yeah, I think out of all the teams, out of the associate nations and all the teams that could cause an upset, I think the Netherlands, maybe it's because we're an England player or an ex-England player and they've beaten us twice. But I think occasionally other teams, if one or two good players have a day out, then you may get into trouble against them. I see Netherlands being well led. I see them being a complete unit. They seem a team. When you even just turn up and watch them in the morning preparing, they know each other very well. They don't change their team too much. So whereas you rely occasionally on these upsets by one person getting 100 or a fifer, I think Netherlands beat you as a team. The Bangladesh point is a good one, going to Bangladesh and playing, it's coping with conditions in the subcontinent. Suddenly two mystery spinners are on and all you've had is video footage of them and you've now got to play them and the run rate's going through the roof. That is completely different from playing in conditions in England in a World Cup or Australia or whatever. In this part of the world, if you're not picking a spinner and you're in trouble then, it's very difficult to drag it back. So for all these teams, it's coping with conditions in India and Sri Lanka.
The one guy I throw in there as well, not because he's got West Indian heritage, but Logan van Beek has been around T20 World Cup since about 2016. He plays in New Zealand. I don't know whether he should be playing for New Zealand or he should be playing for Netherlands. He had the option of both. So guys like that, I think, bring a special sort of dynamic and professionalism to Netherlands.
2022 World Cup, we did play against Netherlands. I was part of the Indian team then. We actually walked in knowing what each person's role is, which tells you how consistently they play. You can be rest assured Scott Edwards will set fields that are very tuned to what you would see anywhere else. Very good stock standard fields. And there is a method to what they play. Paul van Meekeren will come in after the power play. If they go badly in the power play, he bowls one in the power play. So my point here is they are predictable. And predictability comes with a certain amount of success you've had. And that is good to see with Netherlands.